Hey everybody, thank you for joining me again for this pick a card reading. Today we're going to take a look at what your spiritual gifts are. So I'm going to pull 4 cards. I want you to take a look and see which card you are drawn to the most, and that's going to lead you to your reading. Timestamps are going to be below as always, and you can go straight to your reading from the timestamp. I am also going to offer a Reiki healing for those of you who would like to at the very end of the video, for those of you who are open to receiving it, just to help you out with your spiritual gifts, to help you enhance those and to use them in the best way possible. So stick around to the very end of the video if you would like to receive that Reiki as well. I will put a timestamp as well to go straight to the Reiki if you would like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started and take a look at what your spiritual gifts are. So let's look at spiritual gifts for you guys. Spiritual gifts. Okay, so pile 1, we have detachment with Venus in Aquarius. Pile 2, empathy with the moon in Pisces. Pile 3, we have Mars in Cancer with coral. And for pile 4, we have Mercury in Leo, drama. Get that one closer so you can see it. Okay. So take a moment to see which card calls to you, and you can look at the timestamps below, and when you are ready, just go straight to your reading. Alright, I will see you at your reading. Alright, hello pile 1, welcome to your reading. Those of you who chose detachment with Venus in Aquarius. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what your spiritual gifts are. First of all, I want to take a look and see what your main energy is. What is the main energy that comes from you guys in pile 1? Okay, so High Priestess. And this is very interesting to see the detachment aspect going along with the High Priestess, because she is a character who is somewhat detached. She has a cool exterior with a deep interior. And you can also see this with the detachment. It's more of a detachment from the world, not so much detachment from the spiritual. It's someone who's able to see beyond just the normal senses of everyday life, which is really very cool. I can't wait to see what else is going to come up for your reading. Let's see what else we have for you. Spiritual gifts for pile 1. Spiritual gifts for pile 1. Spiritual gifts for pile 1. Okay. That one fell out. So we have Mother of Swords in the south. That's a really nice card. I like that. The Goddess Nut. Then we have Ace of Swords in the south. Five of Stones, material difficulty. And 5 of Wands with conflict. Okay, so let's look at these a little bit deeper and see what spiritual gifts you guys have. I can go ahead and tell you guys are probably my mystical pile. My mystics. I feel very at home with you. Welcome, welcome. join the club. So, you guys, definitely like I was saying, have something very deep within you that really touches the depths of spirituality. You guys have an ability to really move your mind into a very deep place of thought, something almost psychological, but you take it to a spiritual level. It's not just something that's clearly psychological. Some of you may actually be psychologists, you may be in mental health field, but you're able to take those depths and go and see the spiritual heart of a matter. You're attracted to the things that are hidden in life. You're attracted to the occult, the things that are mystical, how the world works in the more mysterious of ways, which is a really, really fascinating trait to have. It can certainly lead to issues with staying grounded. So I would caution you guys to try to take up a practice to keep you grounded in this reality, so you're able to healthfully go into another reality. Okay? You might also be interested in, I don't want to say you're interested in shamanism. It's not quite that. It's something a bit more, mystical than shamanism. Obviously is very mystical. Don't get me wrong. However, there's something about you guys that goes beyond that. There's also a very feminine quality to you, pile one. Whether you're male or female, doesn't really matter. There's this goddess-like energy that comes through. And much more about like a magical energy. A very mystical, very enchanted kind of energy that goes through you guys, and there's a wisdom that is something that's so deep for you that you can pull from. There are things that you just know. These are mysteries that you have figured out that other people haven't quite figured out. You know, they haven't been able to see what you guys see. And this is where you really have an advantage as far as being able to help other people, because you're able to see aspects of life that other people just can't grasp yet, or they, in fact, maybe never will. Some of you may also be very much interested in tarot or doing other type of divination. I could definitely see that being a possibility for you guys. Someone who also goes... Some of you actually may work, if you're in a spiritual field, you may also deal with some of the heavier energy. You may deal with people who feel like they've been cursed, people who feel like they've had lots of negative energy sent at them. You're not afraid to go after that and to really tackle the situation. You are able to see for other people what is going on with them in the physical as well as the spiritual. So people who are having different hardships, who are really struggling, are able to come to you, and with your wisdom, you're able to really show them a way out, show them how to get out of that situation, and really shine a light on the things that are hidden for them. Because for you, you have a certain amount of, you feel somewhat at home within that deeper, darker place. And when I say darker, I don't mean something like evil. What I mean is the hidden, the occult. There's nothing wrong with that. Remember, occult is not the same as a cult. It simply means hidden knowledge. And it's hidden for good reason. It's not meant for everybody. It really isn't. One thing I always tell people too, you know, this kind of thing, like what I do, what other people do, this type of work, is not for everybody. It really is not. And some people who try it out and it's just not for them will quickly realize that it just doesn't work. For you guys though, you have a foot in that world. It's really having a certain amount of consciousness that's present within the spiritual and the physical. And you're able to see how they both interact. And with that ability, you're able to make some really cool things happen. it's awesome to see how you're able to shift and transform the reality, the apparent reality, and to make it something that's truly magical. Really, you guys have such a gift here with spirituality, with the mind, with looking at things in a psychological way, but really pulling it into something spiritual. So you're able to see a deeper truth that's hidden from a lot of people. You know, we can look at things from a purely psychological point, from a purely physical point, or we can look at things from a purely spiritual point. And in all honesty, in my opinion, you need to look at all of those things to really make something whole again. To truly change, to truly heal, to truly transform, you have to take into account all of those things. You're able to do that. So you guys could really be some pretty powerful mystics. You could be great. I mean, you could be great with tarot. You could be great with magic, working with things like that. Trying to think of the right word for it, because it's really just looking at the mystic, and it has nothing to do with your personal spiritual views. You could be any religion or any spiritual faith and still have this. I know I keep pushing it and bringing it back to the occult and bringing up that, using that word, but that's not truly. It's not really the best way to put it, and I'm not sure of a better way to make sense of it. It's the mystic. You have that in Christianity. You have all the great saints who are mystics. You have the mystics in India, Hindu mystics. It's something that is known throughout the world, throughout culture. It isn't dependent upon a certain religion. It's dependent upon your ability to shift your consciousness and to move through different worlds. File number 1, you have a great gift with this. And one of the best things you can do with it is to look at people, especially when they're coming to you with challenges. And I feel like a lot of people come to you with difficulties, and they say, hey, I have this trouble. I've got this going on. What can I do? I don't know how to really move forward. You're able to perceive what they need. You're able to look and see deeply within them what all is going on, and point out to them the things that they might not want to see, things they might not want to admit. People can't quite hide from you. People can't keep a secret from you. Or if they try, you're able to see through it. People can't pull the wool over your eyes with things like that, with how they truly feel. Maybe in other aspects of your life, but when someone's saying to you, oh, I feel great, I feel fine. No, you can see through that easily. And no, you're not. You're not that fine. Something's going on. Tell me. And you have an uncanny ability to correctly name what it is that they're going through. And that might make people a little bit uncomfortable around you. But that's okay. That's truly a gift. It's all about learning how to express it appropriately and saying it, and that's an art in all of itself. Certainly in my career, I've had to learn how to say things the right way to people, and that's something you also can do. But I do feel like for you, Pile 1, you have the heart of a mystic. You have the mind that can really go into places that other people just cannot fathom. You're also able to, with your relationships with other people, with your sense of what love is, your sense of what passion is, you're able to move away from those things a bit. And that's what's necessary for the mystic, in my opinion. And anyone who does this kind of, I'm going to group you into what I do, for instance. It takes the ability to separate yourself from your own life and from the rest of life be able to go into different states of consciousness to work for other people. In my own practice, that's what I do. And you guys also have that ability. I really would love to know more about you guys and see, what exactly you do. If you do anything with this, if you have a practice, if you have any, sorry, there's a gnat. If you have any ways that you already are practicing, whether you are tarot readers or you're, you might be magicians, you might be your own, you might practice magic. If anything like that, I would love to hear what it is that you guys do if you're willing to share it. And know that you're meant to use this gift to help other people. Sometimes when you have a gift like this, it's easy to keep it to yourself because you don't exactly know what to do with it. And keeping it to yourself is not always the best plan, because you can't really handle it on your own. If you apply it only to yourself, it gets to be overwhelming. You need to branch out and be able to offer these skill sets to other people. That could be on a full-time basis, or that could be simply on a everyday life kind of basis, where you just talk to other people and you're able to give great advice. But you need to definitely use this skill because it's a true talent that not everybody has, but a lot of people want it. And if you have also feel like you have these gifts but you don't really know how to hone them in, practice, do some research, look, there are plenty of materials out there to explore your abilities and your gifts. If you are ever interested actually in working with me, I do mentoring with people. I would be more than happy to help discuss these things with you to help you find a way. Just visit my website, it's listed below, and send me a message and we could talk about it. I would really love to help you guys out. But truth be told, you know deep within yourself how to use this. But if you feel like you might not know, hey, I'm open to talking. I'd love to hear from you. So, group 1, definitely expand your gifts, expand your abilities. You're a powerful group. You can really make some big changes in the world and help people see the truth of matter, the heart of a situation, and to correctly diagnose the problem with someone and really shift and transform it. You guys have some great spiritual gifts. You just need to know how to bring them out from the depth of the shadows and bring them out into the light, having some balance there. That's the one thing I would also caution you about, would be to learn how to bring these things out of the shadows and actually expand your gifts so that you're able to share them with other people in a way that's relatable. So, awesome, Pile 1. I love to hear from you again. I hope this reading's helped you out and given you some clarity. Please stick around to the end for the Reiki session if you are interested and you're willing to. I'm just going to send Reiki to you guys to help you out in expanding these gifts and using them in whatever way that you will best be able to use it. So I hope to see you there. If not, I will see you next time. All right, thank you. Bye. All right, hello, Pile 2. Those of you who chose empathy with the moon in Pisces. Take a look at the card again for you guys. All right. Let's take a look and see what your spiritual gifts are. So first of all, I want to check out, see what your main energy is. What kind of rules your gifts? What really shows your gift? Okay. So we have the Lovers. It's interesting. Which doesn't really surprise me when you have the moon in Pisces. Pisces moon is very emotional, very deep, very sensual, very idealistic. And of course, as the keyword on the card says, empathy, empathetic. I can tell right now you guys definitely have a deep love for other people that you are able to show. You're also very discerning. You're able to see through the wants and needs of other people. You're able to see how they're best able to really express the gratitude that's in their hearts, express their hearts to the world. And I mean, definitely just like the card says, you're empathetic. You can see how to be a really good friend. You're able to give lots of love into the world. Let's take a look at some more. See what else we've got going on here for you. Spiritual gifts for pile number 2. Let's take a look and see. I'm really enjoying this reading. Okay. So first of all, we have the 3 of Stones. Work. Get that close enough for you. Sorry. There we go. We have 9 of Cups, Fortune. And we have Father of Stones in the West, Old Man, King of Stones. It's a really great card. And then we have the 3 of Wands, Virtue. Okay, so we already look and see that you've got the ability to really empathize with other people, share the love with other people. There's an earthy quality to you guys, and that gives you a nurturing quality. You know, the element of earth is very important for you. It's actually quite significant in your reading. Also the element of water too, we have with Pisces, a moon. Moon is by itself watery alongside a water sign, Pisces. We also see we have the 9 of Cups here too, which is a very good card, especially when we look at things like wholeness, when we look at everything coming together in the right way. You guys have this great ability to really make people feel at home. That's what's coming through to me for you mostly. You're able to help people really feel good, feel happy. You're able to help the person who's feeling down, who's feeling out of balance. You have that earth energy to you, which creates a stability that other people don't have. So the other people who feel unstable, you provide a sense of stability for them, which is a wonderful gift by itself. Just being able to help people feel at home, help them feel when they feel like they don't have a home to go to. You may also work with people who are homeless. You may work with people who are in difficult situations, helping them materially, helping them even to find work and to straighten out their lives. Let's say if someone has come in your environment who's just sort of lost. You're somebody who's able to see what they've gone through, feel for them, and help them out, and put them on a path to success. You help them, I mean, even with this card, look at with the footprints, you're able to help them stand up again, to help them go forward with some sort of security. Even here, I mean, if we just look at the words on the cards themselves, work. You could be someone who helps people. You could be a social worker. You could be someone who helps people get jobs. What is it called? When you a job agency, something like that. I can't remember what it's called exactly. Excuse me. You help people find employment. You could also help people with. I'm getting one thing. Interior decorators. I'm not sure. Some of you may be interior decorators. or people who really enjoy decorating their homes. Something like that also comes through for me too, where you're able to really supply a sense of security, a sense of stability, a sense of care, especially for people who you see have been neglected, people who you perceive to be forgotten about. You have a special place in your heart for the people who have really fallen on hard times, who have been left behind, who seemingly have nothing. You have a heart that's expansive enough to help people selflessly. That's a beautiful gift. And that may sound to you like it's not like a spiritual gift. What is that? I thought I was going to look for like some type of psychic ability or something like that. No. Spiritual gifts go way beyond just the ones you think of. I mean, you bring the sense of the divine into your actions in different ways. That is a spiritual gift in my mind. And this is one of yours. Being able to provide stability for other people, being able to provide love in the hearts of those who have felt unloved, those who have felt neglected, those who have been forgotten about. Even with animals too. You may work with animals, an animal shelter. Your heart really goes out to other people. I mean, here, even we have with the empathy card, the dog. I didn't even think about that. And here too, I mean, look at this, the ear and the bird with the crystal going into the ear. You're able to hear those special aspects of someone's heart, the things that they need most that other people don't quite perceive. You're the kind of person who someone could be having a really bad day at work and you kind of come up to them and you make it all better. You make them feel at home, you make them feel cheerful again. You're able to cheer up other people. But it's not superficial. It comes out of a place of deep love. You guys have a big heart. You are able to look at things and help people selflessly. I really keep coming back to the sense of home, though, for you guys. Sense of creating that stability of a foundation, of being able to give people, even if you have people around you who may have moved into the area, who are new, like they don't know anybody, they're new to an area, and they just feel kind of, like the new kid in school. You're the type of person who's going to reach out to them first and help them feel at home. And that is such a blessing for people. I remember going back in high school, I was never the new kid, so to speak, but I do remember how many people were new, and having those who were able to really reach out to them made such a difference in their lives. Whether you notice it or not, and I know that for you guys, you don't do it for anything. You don't do it to show off. You don't do it for the sake of getting something in return. You do it because you actually care. You have such a big heart. This is just really a mammoth heart. And I can't even say it's something that's happened to you in the past that has made you like this. I feel like it's really and truly something that's just part of who you are. It's just at the core of you. Being a caretaker, being someone who really shows unconditional love to other people. We have 2 3s, looking numerologically at this. 3s are all about, it's about the creation. It's about, it's the first shape where you get the triangle, okay? The strength of a triangle, the birth of something. You have 2 that comes together, they couple together, and then they give birth to something else, 3. 2 3s makes 6. 6 gives you a way forward. So it provides a stability and a pathway forward. And that's some of the energy that you provide. People who feel divided, people who feel lost, you are able to kind of say, okay, look, let me put blinders on you, and here's the way. Let me just show you the way forward. Let's get you out of this sticky situation and help get you on your feet. And you lead them towards success. Again, I mean, leading towards success. I mean, the footsteps, and then we have here fortune. I mean, the cards themselves say exactly what it is that you are able to do for people. You're able to help them get on their feet and go forward. So again, working with homeless people, working with people who feel lost, who feel like they just can't get it together. And you do it because you know it's the right thing to do. And it's not out of any type of, again, I'll say this, it's not to gain anything on your part. It truly is just who you are, the caring individual that you are. Pile 2, you guys are awesome. I mean, this is something that, whether you realize it or not, and I don't know if you really do realize it so much because, again, it's not something you consciously do, necessarily. It's just part of who you are. Understand that those acts of kindness that you give to other people, because they truly are little acts of kindness, acts of goodness, acts of love, bless people in ways that you will never know. And that is something that we need more of in the world, especially now. We always do, no matter what time period, not just now, but always. We need people like you in the world to help show other people that caring for others, taking care of others, loving others for the sake of being, living beings is important. And that is the way to help strengthen everyone. It uplifts everyone. It helps everyone move forward. You are a way shower. And you do it through the gift of unconditional love and just your loving kindness. It's not flashy. It's not showy. It's just who you are. And you act on that feeling, that emotion. So, Pile 2, you guys have an awesome gift here. Keep on showing that love. Let your light shine. Keep on doing that because you really are bringing in a lot of blessings for many, many people. And that's going to come back for you. So, I hope this helped you out. Please stick around for the Reiki session at the very end if you are open to receiving that energy. That's just to help you use these gifts, strengthen them, and actually employ them in a more, in the most advantageous way possible. How it was going to help the most amount of, I can't talk. How it's going to help people the best, or the most. Yeah, I can't talk now. Sorry. So stick around for that. It will help you to carry on with your loving, giving heart. So if not, I hope to see you next time, and I hope this has really helped you out. All right, take care. Bye. All right, hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. Those of you who chose Coral with Mars and Cancer. Let's take a look at the card again. So this is a very interesting card to pick, and I know some of you may feel like, ooh, why did I feel drawn to this card? Well, let's take a look and I'll explain some more. So let's look and see what your main energy is, what really signifies who you are. Let's use this card. Okay. So we have Temperance. Well, this is really kind of, cool here. I think you guys are people who are natural mediators. You're able to go in the middle of different types of disputes and really say, hey, let's take a step back and look at both sides of the situation. And you're able to help other people move forward instead of constantly clashing. Mars and Cancer is an interesting placement because it's fire and water coming together. It doesn't quite necessarily go very well. When you have fire and a water sign, it does create some interesting energy. Certainly not a bad thing. It's something that is needed. you're also able to not only just step in between conflict and help settle those things, you are able to pick battles wisely and know when you yourself have to make certain steps forward that may not be comfortable for you. Certain, coming up in situations, whether it's in the workplace or other places where you have to fight a little bit, you're able to look at that situation and really know how to maneuver and get through it in the way that works out best for all parties. But let's take a look and see what else we have here. Let's look at spiritual gifts for pile 3. Spiritual gifts for pile 3. Spiritual gifts for pile 3. Okay. So we have conflict. 5 of Wands. How uncanny. We have Mother of Cups in the north, the Queen of Cups. Let's see. Really cool. Venus of Willendorf on the front. Get that to where the shine's not on it. Okay. There we go. Now you have Mother of Swords in the south. This is a really, this card came up in another reading. I really like this card a lot, and it's the Goddess Nut. So take a look at that card. And then we have Dominion, 2 of Wands. Okay, so definitely not only do you know how to mediate, you also know how to fight. Okay? That's a huge gift. Some of you may be thinking, oh, okay, why did I pick, like I said, you might think, okay, why was I drawn to this card? Like, this doesn't seem very spiritual to me. But it is. It really and truly is. Let me explain how that is something that's very spiritual and something that is a great gift. I will look at it like this. In my own work, what I do, sometimes you have to have an element of the ability to deconstruct things, to be able to pull things apart in order to make changes in life. Therefore, something that seems like a negative is not truly a negative, it's actually a positive. Things like quarrel, conflict, dominion, being able to look at that in a way that you can use it to your advantage, which you can. You're able to balance those thoughts, you're able to see both sides. You can use the conflict, the dominion, the quarreling to actually get something done that's positive, that it benefits not only yourself but other people. You also have 2 goddess energies coming through, and very much very feminine energy, which really again represents the balance here with temperance between the masculine and the feminine. So you guys have a true balance of power, and that is something that many people strive to develop and have a hard time getting there. You guys already have that ability to be able to work with both sides of these things, both the masculine and feminine, the good and the seemingly bad, the positive and negative. You are very balanced people. However, not everyone will see you as being balanced. I think a lot of people probably see you as someone who is actually very troubled mentally. Maybe you have your own struggles that require you to step into different roles in order to get through life. You yourself may be someone who, even with your own sense of gender role, may be a conflict. You may be someone who has to really put on the masculine and then put on the feminine aspect, the traditional societal behaviors of the feminine and the masculine. You may be someone who in your everyday life has to do that. But it's a beautiful balance. And it's something that you guys are able to, you have a great art with it. Now, again, I do think for many of you it causes some internal conflict, though. But understand that with the internal conflict, The gift that comes from that is the ability to look at both sides of a situation and really explore and examine what somebody over here says versus what somebody over here says, and be able to see the pros and cons in both. For instance, with political parties, you're able to look at the right and see where there are positive points and negative points. You're able to look at the left and see positive points and negative points. You're not someone who is polarized. You're quite balanced, even though people may think and say about many of you, and I do feel this coming forward, one message is coming forward to me, is a lot of people feel that your duality creates instability within you, but it doesn't. And if you feel that you have that internal conflict that's causing you to just be out of sorts all the time, like you just can't quite keep up with everything going on in life, you're not really living the way other people you're supposed to be living, don't be concerned with that, because think about it in a different way. You're able to just look at both sides and see the good and the bad, the pretty and the ugly. You're able to balance those things out, and you are someone who's able to, like I said, fight when you need to fight, make peace when you need to make peace, end things when it needs to be ended, create when you need to create. This is a very powerful placement, in my opinion. And it is one that does require some training, because it's easy for, even though you're able to see both sides of the situation, sometimes you will find that you lean towards one more than the other. We can be the most balanced people in the world, but still occasionally go to one side a little too much and forget the other side. So I would encourage you guys to try to maintain your equilibrium. You naturally have that, but on occasion you can definitely get swept away with what's going on around you. But really, I mean, this is such a powerful placement. I really am impressed with you, Group 3. I'm kind of lost for words, really, because this is such a beautiful thing, but I know that some of you really struggle with this ability because it makes you feel like you don't know where you belong. The truth is, there is a place of belonging that exists in between two sides. Some people may say, oh, you should be like this, or you have to be like that. But you don't fit neatly into either of those categories. You're somewhere in the middle. Don't feel like you are out of place or you are wrong for being something in between. You are absolutely right for being something in between. You're both. This could be speaking of many different things. It could be speaking about gender roles, for sure. It could also be speaking about knowing that you have battles to fight, but also you may be quite at heart a very nurturing person. Having to balance out certain aspects that you really had to work hard for. I feel like you guys have also had, you've had a lot of hard knocks. Especially when you yourself feel like you don't quite fit in one aspect of life or another. Being in the middle of something, always being in between two worlds, is a very difficult placement. It takes a lot of strength to get through. So there is that internal battle that you guys face. But in a healthy way, you're able to externalize that and instead you're able to break the polarization. You're able to be that mediator in life. So turn the internal conflict that you may feel at times, turn that outward and use that as a gift to help the people around you who are struggling are who are always going to be on one side of the fence and never go with the other. They see only one point of view and they disregard the validity of someone else's point of view. You see both. Again, that can be difficult. I know that can be difficult. But trust me, that's a great gift to have. And that nurturing quality that comes through after you finished fighting that battle, after you finished waging that war that has to be done, or going through the struggles of people around you, remember to bring in that feminine energy again, though, and nurture things. These are, we have both Mother of Cups in the north, Mother of Swords in the south. This mother energy, this goddess energy, especially with Venus of Willendorf, very much a symbol of that primeval feminine, divine feminine that exists, that is often forgotten about. You possess that earth goddess quality. Don't forget to use that, because it's just as powerful and just as potent as the forceful masculine side. And again, remember that you do have this balance. Try to maintain it. The only times that it's going to be difficult for you to lose the equilibrium that you have within you is when you listen too much to the outside world. Be strong within yourself, and you'll always fall back on the middle ground. The middle way always leads to the right way, in my opinion. And this is definitely true for you. If we look at the numbers here, we have 5 and a 2. So 5 can be interesting because it's throwing something into the foundation that we've built. It's throwing another little kink in. So it can be somewhat of a difficult number at times. But we have 2, which is the coming together of two things that lead to a creation, right? And we see even underneath this we have Nut, who is, the sky. We have 2 here as well. And that, again, is a balance of power. Even you see the points on the energy centers here on this card. There's balance. And that's what number 2 really speaks to. Balance for the sake of creation. It's setting things up. It's coming together. Sometimes they're polar opposites that really clash, but oftentimes they can go together very well, and that's something that you have a gift for, bringing together 2 sides and making them work together. And we have 5 plus 2, we have 7. 7 is a very spiritual number. So you're able to turn this into something really good and positive. These aspects of yourself that, again, they may seem to be always at odds with one another, really and truly do create a wonderful gift. Maintain the equilibrium and you're able to show people a middle way. And when you feel stressed out and you feel like you yourself are being pulled in too many directions, remember you are naturally, your energy is very much aligned to taking a middle path. If you feel like you are kind of confused about your spirituality, remember to try to come back to the middle way. It's kind of that very Buddhist philosophy. That will help center you. Just remember to take the middle ground. Always walk the middle. You're never always on one side or the other. You're right in between. You're seeing both. That's not a weakness, and that's not a place of conflict. That's actually a place of supreme peace. So, group 3, powerful, powerful, powerful energy here. I hope this has helped you out. Remember to stick around for the Reiki at the very end of this video. It's just going to be sending energy to you to help you with these gifts. If you are willing to receive that, I hope to see you there. If not, I hope to see you next time. And I hope this has helped you out, and you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you. Bye. All right, hello Group 4. Welcome to your reading. Those of you who chose the card Drama with Mercury and Leo. Let's go ahead and take a look at the card again. Okay, so this may be a card also that makes you think, okay, what attracted me to this kind of card? Drama? What does that mean? That sounds like a negative thing in today's society, but it's not. Let's take a look and see what main energy you have that expresses your gifts. What's really kind of pushing out this force within you. Okay, let's see. Spiritual gifts for pile 4. Okay, the Tower. Very dramatic card to go with the drama. You know, the Tower, there's a couple of different things about the Tower. Not only is it a card of destruction, it's more than just that. It has an aspect of divine truth coming into it. You see, the top of the card, you have this fire energy that kind of poof, poof, poof comes out and strikes the Tower. And you see the people seeming to fall. But you also have to ask yourself, are they really falling, or are they just kind of, they kind of are just crawling around? Did they actually fall, or are they doing tricks? You also see this actual spurt of creativity that comes out of this card. It has a deeper significance than just destruction. It actually has a very phallic element to it. If we see... this is not meant to be crude, but this is just the way this card is. It has a phallic element to it. It has a creation coming out of it. It has something exploding forward and allowing something to be created out of what is seeming chaos. Okay? And that is definitely a dramatic card. And with Mercury and Leo, this is a placement that affects the speech and affects the way we learn and absorb information and pass on information that has a certain flair to it. Leo gets a bad rap sometimes, I feel like, as being the, drama queen card, or the one that's always, me, look at me. And it's not always that. We need people who are able to speak dynamically. We need people who are able to pass on information in a dynamic way. You certainly are a very dynamic person. So let's see how you guys express this dynamic aspect in your spiritual gifts, what you're able to give to the world. Group 4. Okay. So we have Ace of Wands in the East. Again, we have this phallic symbolism here. It's the masculine aspect. Strength. Aeon. And the Moon. So, you guys have some really, really powerful energy here. We have 3 major arcana that we pulled from, plus the one major arcana that everyone has a major arcana card to really bring out the energy of the reading, to show me what is your main kind of force field going on. But let's look at this. Okay, we mentioned creation. I mentioned the symbolism that's already there. And here we have, in this card, we see an Aeon, the embryo. We see the baby forming, okay? So we see this act of creation. that's within you guys. And again, creation itself is a dramatic force. We also see with strength the ability to take on different situations, but doing it with an ease, with a simplicity that it almost seems effortless for you guys to go into a situation that others would find very difficult. You guys are able to really take on different forces. Again, it's a very sensual image with the snake, and then we have the moon. Again, that gives us that feminine aspect of water, where we also have so much fire. There's a dichotomy to you guys, group 4. And it really is one of creation. You guys are the artists of the group. You guys like to create with your you have a wonderful sense of imagination, a wonderful ability to create things. You see in your mind something so vividly, and you're able to put it into take it just from the realm of imagination and bring it into the realm of actual physical physicality. You're able to take what you see in your mind's eye and put it out there for the world to appreciate in a way that's tangible. Definitely artists. To me, you guys have that. I mean, you could be not only with like necessarily visual arts, but you could also be performing arts. You have a certain quality to you that is just very dynamic, very powerful. People listen to you, people look at you, people notice you. And how you choose to use that is up to you. You have that forcefulness within you, but it's a gentle forcefulness, and you have to keep it gentle. You have that aspect of you that is so watery, that is so fluid, that gives rise to creative abilities. You also have that fire within you, the mind, the intellect, the willpower, and the drive to actually create and to express how you truly feel, express the emotions that are within you, express different truths to the world. Some of you may do artwork that is spiritual in nature. What I mean by that is I know some people who are very talented artists, one in particular, who she infuses her artwork with Reiki. I know another person who puts spells into her paintings. You could be that kind of a person. But there's a power within your storytelling ability. There's a power that exists within you, within your expression of creation, that gives people a type of awe. They look at you and they're inspired by what you're able to create. You embody the creation, the force of creation. That's very powerful. And sometimes people need to, we need to acknowledge the creative principle in life. A lot of times we just see things as being static. They're always here. They've always been there. They never change. It's always the same. You guys are able to bring into the world the realization that no, actually things don't always stay the same. No, things have not just always been here. They are created. They're made. You have that creator energy within you, that principle of the divine, that spark that gave life to all. You have that within you. And your real gift is to be able to show people just the power of putting what is in your mind out there onto paper, onto, whether it's in writing, whether it's in acting, performing, music, art. You show people the power of the word, the power of expression, and how that transforms other people, because it doesn't just get an idea out there to show off your skills. You definitely are skilled. You have abilities. You are talented people. It inspires other people by seeing what the human mind, the human condition can actually aspire to. It's showing the greatness of what humans can be. It's that potential that we all have within us. You're able to express that and show it to other people. That may sound very abstract, but you guys are abstract people. Certainly. And that's a good thing. But the truth of the matter is, you, by doing what it is that you do best, your self-expression, you're blessing other people because they're able to see this gift of creation. And, we're going back to source here, kind of like with Aeon. This source of creation, this source of all that is, you embody that in your life and in your work and your creativity. And we all need to be reminded of that, the power that is there within creation. Not only just physical creation of giving birth, but within the act of just the expression of our souls, the expression of what's on the inside of us, how we get that across to other people. It's very powerful. You guys are really cool. All the groups have been so fascinating to me. And you guys, I would love to hear what you create, what you guys do that is so unique in this world, because it truly is unique. Wow. You are powerful people. The work you do, how you create things, is something that's so dynamic. It has a force field to it that's just like boom. If you are questioning your ability to go on stage, for instance, or you're questioning your ability to put your artwork out there, don't question it anymore. Go and do it, because you have a gift that needs to be expressed, because you are all about dynamic force, action. You are action-oriented people. Action comes in different ways. Action can be, there's action in not moving. There's always action. Always something is going on. There's always an exchange of energy, that force being put out. And you guys really embody that in a way that is just so effortless, but is so impactful on the world around you. I know that this is sort of an abstract gift and maybe difficult to comprehend, and it's difficult to put in words, but I'm not part of your group, Pile 4. You guys have the gift to really express that better than I can. You're abstract people, and that's truly your gift, because you're able to express it so well. Please don't keep those things to yourself. You bless other people by your expression. It reminds people of that spark of creation, that power. It's so dynamic. It is so powerful. The words you write, the way you talk, the way you express yourself, I know I keep using that word, it's really powerful. You guys have this force of creation within you. Please use that. And you can use it for either good or bad. There's two sides to it. But if you channel it in the right way, into something that's positive and uplifting for other people, you have an audience. I think you guys always have an audience. People see you. You're not hidden. There's always something about you, Group 4, that just sticks out. And that by itself is like an effortless blessing for other people. It's inspiring. It inspires me just seeing this. It's very impressive, guys. Very impressive. So please, I hope this has helped you out and given you some sort of confirmation, at least, about your gifts and your abilities. If anything, it should give you some recognition of your own innate talents. If you question your possession of those gifts, you have them. You possess them. Keep on doing it. Don't be afraid. Don't hold back. We, as a collective need more expressive, creative, dynamic individuals, and especially those who use them for the good of all. So, I hope that's helped you out, Pal 4. Stick around to the end of the video if you would like to receive the Reiki that's going to help you develop these gifts further and to help you know how to use them more and to really use them in the right way that's best for you and best for other people. If you are open to that, I would love for you to stick around. If not, I hope to see you in your next reading. You guys have a wonderful day. Keep on doing what you're doing, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.